Hello everyone, I need to take off the overlay because I think I messed up the planning and I think I had scheduled for tomorrow, but then I had to I changed to today. And I think oh, you cannot hear me. Oops. Let me see what's wrong. It's showing it's working here. Apologize. Ah, you can hear. So you cannot hear, Transparence. It's like fail confirm your yeah, sorry, it's 2v1, you lose. I was already getting nervous here, what the hell is going on, because I was pretty sure it's working properly this thing. So no, it's on you, Transpired. I think you know that you have some stuff that are going on. But yeah, as I was saying, I think I messed up some of the planning with do. Nice. Okay, I was getting panicked already. Yeah, I messed up already some of the stuff there. Actually, let me send a new notification to the beta testers. Roundtable starting. We'll some of the next beta features. I send a link to this puppy here. Just get I think this is for the ones who are playing this it's very relevant. Okay, good, things are working, but yeah, as I was saying, I think I messed up the calendar invitations to Will, and I changed to today. Normally it's Thursday, but I want to do today to test some stuff out. I think I sent however the update too late for Will, so Will might be sleeping still. No big deal, I can run this one solo today. So looking a little more rustical. Honestly, if that's the case, I can just put the webcam instead. If I'm running it alone, why am I on the call here? You know what? Let me just run with the webcam here. Give me 1 second actually. I can do something crazy here because yeah, this is just the one. Yeah, take a look. This is pretty cool, right? This is something that's we're gonna have implemented. Yeah, this is overlay. A webcam should be somewhere here. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna try I'm just gonna keep like this for now. I could just run this completely by myself and just kind of sharing the webcam instead of having to go on a Google Meet call by myself. But yeah, everyone, welcome to the Roundtable. Long time since we had one. I think was last month. I think it was 1 month ago. As you might have expected, we have been quite busy with beta stuff, kind of planning beta, work on the beta, updating the beta, and everything that goes around game development. So we didn't have much time to do these roundtables. Didn't have time even to write the journals. But I think in the next I think the ATA is still before the end of the month, but we're gonna be releasing a new cool patch with some pretty cool new features, and I really now to write down some of this stuff before the official patch notice. They're gonna be some pretty cool new features going to the beta that's focusing on increasing quality of life improvements, UI pretty massively changed, updated, the displacement stuff is pretty cool. Among other things, actually, I'm gonna mention throughout the roundtable, plus of course, what is coming, what's coming, down the line. I think on the journal we have some stuff there, but and also we have 5 years here, so these are gonna be the ones gonna get the official announcements of the icon, the new icons, icon 15 and 16. I think the 15 already, for the ones who checked last time, was the Empress of Digio, and then we're gonna have icon 16 announced. But not only that, I'm gonna be showing how they're gonna looking in game, each of them. So they look all pretty sweet. Actually, let me organize here the screens for each of them here, because I have everything set up already, sort of. But everything is completely a mess here. I have 1 billion tabs open, And where's the last one? The last one is here. Perfect. So I gotta be like now reviewing a little bit about these cool new icons. Yeah, and then I think I also promised like not to show like the new patch with Will, but yeah, Will's not here. But rest assured, it looks pretty cool, and we can dive into it. Yeah, the new map looks pretty cool. Still like a lot to do on that, but I want to give like you an overview. With no further ado, let's jump right into the channel, the journal, and let me set my things up here. One person actually, it's terribly easy actually to share screens. No, wait, I'm sharing the wrong screen. No, that's not this, not the one. Let me go back to my thing here. 1 second. Where is the screen? Where what I wanna? This one I wanna share. That's the one. That's the one that I wanna share. Let me organize here. Having to run the show solo is sometimes a small pain, but hey, can handle that. Wait, what's the screen that I want? Here, this is the screen I want. And then where's my main screen? It's also here. So I need to wait. So I need to do. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna be following with the screen here. I think it should be working. Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. 1 second. I need to. Okay. I hate when this happens. You know. I absolutely hate when this happens. Let's do the following. I'm gonna just read through this journal on my screen, okay, and then kind of like we can follow together. Like you have the link to the journal. But I really wanna go to the journal. 1 second. I'm struggling here by myself. I really okay. I'm gonna just push it in my second screen. Screw that. Okay, just push on the second screen. I was unable to be seeing the chat, so I'm gonna answer all the questions at the end. Because I also had the other problem that my beautiful OBS does not show the chat anymore, which I absolutely hate. But the good news is that I should be working. Let's get right into it, shall we? So here is, looks absolutely horrible with the overlay here. I'm here. I'm here. Let me push myself up so at least, let me just take off the overlay. Take off the overlay, doesn't make sense today. So here we have the new journal. Let's scroll down and go back for it, close the beta features, the new map and new ranked mode. Things have been exciting, as you might know here. There's a lot of stuff happening on the beta. Big shout out to everyone who has been playing the beta so far, obviously. But I think this, when I look a little down into the future here, some pretty cool features that we have. And I think the first one here, coming soon to a beta next to you, we have the new displacement indicator. So pretty much very simple, players will be able to see the predicted paths of icons when they are affected by abilities that affect their position. Cole, Silang, and Aegir abilities are the best example for that. I think Jacko's Mine is another one. And am I missing any displacement ability in the game? I don't think so. I think we have these 4. Coles and Silang. Coles, you push 4 together to the center of the ability. Silang pulls to her direction, and Aegir pushes back, and I think that's it. And of course, Jacko's Mine push back as well when destroyed. It's a very small thing actually, but I think it's pretty important, as you can see from the screenshot below. It makes a big difference here, knowing exactly where people are gonna be without I have to memorize how the ability is. So here you can see in the screenshot in the example here, right? It's very obvious that let me here. So it's very obvious that Cole's ability push inwards, but you don't know exactly how much. So when you target the ability at that tile, in this case the center tile, that means both Coles in this game will be pushed one next to it. So you can see the arrows on the Coles predicting that they're gonna be pushed one tile ahead. Pretty cool, pretty interesting feature. I think again, it's not super fancy, but I think adds pretty cool strategy layer kind of to the game. So excited about that one. And the second one, I think here I can give you a second screenshot. You can see a bunch of differences in the UI. I think one big one that a lot of people have been asking is to have the ability descriptions on the kind of the icon profile, the icon which I forgot what I wrote, the frame, the icon frame. So you can see here the icon frame here, Jacko's here, a small 2-line description of what the ability does. That way, you can just click on your icon, or even better, if you don't know, you click on the enemy icon, and you can pretty quickly see, this ability does this. Pretty cool to see. In this case, code creates a cyclone that damages and pulls all the units to the selected tile. And Gamma puts a protective barrier for 1 turn once destroy it, and Jack would mine. So pretty cool, something that people have been asking. I think the sacrifice for that is that we had to push out the caliber and the resistance parts of it. So right now you only have attack and defense. But to see that, you click again on the icon, then you pull deck, and then the whole detail thing, as we know. So that's one big UI change. The second one, as you can see here below here, first it shows the action, how many actions you have, 1 to 2. So you know exactly how many turns you still have in actions you have in your turn. And then a difference here how they started display, a new fancy looking layout. The big addition here is this button here, which is a revert button. So let's say in this example, Jacko has been I want to move Jacko 2 tiles forward, and I click on the enemy and Gamma. Clicking on the revert button will just place Jacko here as if he was unselected. So it reverts everything you did. Same with Cozy here. I push here my Cozy was here, want to use ability here. If I click this revert button, it just resets everything, and you can do whatever you want within your action. So another thing that people have been asked, an opportunity to just cancel everything you have been doing. That's the revert button. And finally, the final UI change, as you can see here, there is this. We remove the solid background. It's just transparent, so you can see a little bit more about the map. So some pretty cool, but small but cool and significant changes here on the UI part. I'm excited to see those in game. They actually already play around then, and they look pretty cool. So cannot wait to see you test around. Should be before end of the month. Sorry, it's so hot and itchy, allergy, everything. So my nose is red and itchy. Sorry. So hope to have this patch before end of the month. We're gonna have a lot of other interesting features in the next big patch for the beta. We're gonna have enhanced upgrade tutorial experience. So that's especially useful to the new players who are gonna be joining. And I think for the ones who have been playing the game a lot, the big news that you're gonna be able to open your chests that you have been collecting so far. I think we're gonna, however, reset all the chests you have. TBD to be determined if you have 10 platinum chests, for example, if you'll be able to open all the 10. But it's not a big enough deal. Right now they're gonna be awarding the currency, the Theian silver currency. And with the currency, you can acquire directly icons in the store. But for the existing players, that doesn't really play a role because you already have the 14 icons that we granted for you, for free when you start the game. That's gonna definitely affect more new players. New players, once they complete the tutorial, they're gonna have 4 icons. They're gonna have Domo, Burbo, Aquila, and Florence. And then they play the games, they win the games, they open the chest, they gain Theian silver, and with the silver they can go back to the store and buy, acquire the icons they want for Theian silver. So to kind of simulate this, icon acquisition, this, this feeling of you grinding the currency with your initial icons and to get, the next icon you want. That's what the new players are gonna be able to experience. Obviously, if an existing player, you can acquire copies of the same icon on the store. They're not gonna be working the game. You cannot play several, of the same icon in the game. So, but at least you can simulate this experience. At the very least, at the same time, you're gonna be able to open the chests. There will be a system that's gonna be showing. This chest system is a daily chest system, so you can earn up to 4 chests per day, the bronze, silver, gold, and platinum chests. And then each of them gives a different amount of currency. Obviously, with the platinum chest gives the most. And there's gonna be on the chest inventory section a timer to see when that resets per day. That means like you can earn up to 4 chests per day, and they reset every 24 hours. And players gonna be receive like a notification directly on the phone once they reset. So that way, like now you know exactly when you can come back to earn your other 4 chests. So pretty much like finally giving to the players the first reward experience. Kind of like incentivize like to farm currency, to buy icons. The price of the icons is going to be very low still, like not really like the final game is going to be. We don't really care, like just want to make sure people can acquire as many icons as they can as soon as possible. But of course the numbers will be different in the final game, a little higher for sure, to grind for the free currency, while of course giving the players the option to acquire like for a premium currency. Enough about the closed beta. Sorry, I don't have access to the chat right now. I'm gonna see everything, the questions, after like close this one up. But let's jump right into like the more like long-term updates. So welcome to Vijaya Nova, the capital and the seat of power of Vijaya Shah. The map, like Vijaya is coming soon to Icons of Theia. A lot to be detailed, to be announced on that. This map is definitely not final. There's a lot of changes here, but it can gives you like a vibe of like Vijaya Nova. And for the ones who are more into the lore, if you read the lore story, A New Shy in Vijaya, which I posted I think more than 1 year ago, right? It was in December 2021, I think. This is where the story takes place, exactly inside of this hall. So it's pretty exciting, like, for me personally, to have like this map in the game. And for the the IoT lore aficionados, you can definitely recognize from the story. Lots of things should change, as you can see, like the flags here not really Vijayan yet. I think the crystal gonna be like changed as well. But I think it gives like an idea how Vijaya and the Vijaya maps will look like. So there are gonna be several Vijaya maps. This is one of them. Probably gonna take a little longer still, but I just wanted to give you this update. Something that's gonna be a little more shorter, like in time frame wise, is a new ranked mode. So right now, as you play games, you earn leaderboard points and you climb the leaderboard. Very simple. But now we want to give players a sense of progression and gratification when playing the game. So we're gonna have like a new rank system where you can unlock new tiers, rankings, and of course as you can see here, there will be rewards, like rewards thresholds, and you can earn some pretty cool rewards when you acquire new rankings. Not gonna review the name of the rankings and kind of exactly the rewards. Still the rewards still being finalized. But pretty much what you need to know is that you're gonna start as an unranked player, the lowest ranking. The more you win, you climb up and you unlock prizes the seasonal prizes, as you can see here. They're gonna be seasons. They're gonna last between 1 to 2 months. The more you win, the more you play, the more you win, the more you climb up until the final ranking. You get all the prizes. Upon reaching the final prize, the final rank, you unlock what we know as now as the leaderboard, which is gonna be renamed as the fancy iconic league, which is dedicated to the best Icons of Theia players, where then this whole rank personal progression system transforms back into the leaderboard system, where you fight against the best players in Icons of Theia for the top of the leaderboards and glory and the best prizes that each season will offer. So pretty much it's very excited myself as a very competitive player. I cannot wait for this one to get out and climb the ranks up and cement my place in the iconic league, and I sure you feel the same. This one I don't have any estimation when it's gonna be released, but we want to run a season 0, still during the beta. So rest assured that you have the chance to play this new version throughout the beta as we move on to to the game's release, where then we're gonna transform this into season 1. That's it for the journal. Thanks everyone. Let me go back to the big one here. Apologize. Let me go back here to my image here. Let me close the journal. It's better. I think you can hear. Perfect. And now I can see everything. I can see everything here now. Yeah. Any questions, everyone here? Great. There's some questions here. Will there be an update wherein attacking a single team icon is grayed out, but attack will proceed if there's enemy involved? How does like no what do you mean about it? Attacking a single team will proceed if there's enemy involved. Sorry, I didn't get the question. Um, Let me know that. Will skill be grayed out if you point attack to single die, but we enable skill once involved enemies. Skill be grayed out if you point attack to single team to your team, you mean? To like to your team, but we enable skill once involved enemies. So let's say if you pick the skill, let's say Achilles skill, and if you target that to your team, it grays out, it doesn't work. But if you go to the opponent team, it works. Like if you target the opponent icons, I think that's what you mean. If that's the case, yes, that's the thing. This game is very different than others. Like we have if you play other competitive games, big example shooting games like CS:GO or Valorant, friendly fire is on, and normally that's not the case in strategy games. If you play other similar games, that's not the case. You cannot kill your own team through abilities. But I think that's something that makes Icons of Theia very, very special, because it makes you consider more when using abilities. Like you can, let's say the kill example, you can be in a position where you can use ability and kill an enemy, but you also end up killing your own icon, like a friendly fire, like let's say Aquila is 2 tiles a distance and targets 2 icons who are side by side 2 tiles ahead, and it's 1 ally, 1 enemy. Like in real life, if we point real life war, if you do if you throw a grenade, and there's an ally and enemy, both of them explode, right? That's I think something very interesting about Icons of Theia, I would say. What I can say is that now we are studying our alternatives, and we all listen very much what the players feedbacks and what the players want. If, however, there's a lot of interesting trying out a full on friendly fire off mode. That's something we can eventually release. But in real life, I'll be judged for shelling my own team to stop me over for gaining stars. That makes Icons of Theia very special. I think Transpires is the king of that. He loves to kill his own icon to deny the stars. Although personally, I don't do that much myself, because yes, the opponent gains a star to kill the enemy, to kill your icon, but at the same time they need to use an action to kill the icon, right? So let's say if you kill your own icon before the opponent can claim the star, it's no, you give them a free you give a free action to them. So for the ability to accidentally press the most skills. Yeah, that's why I need to be careful. That's why I need to be a little careful on that. Yeah, that can happen. Yeah, I'll be judged if you stop. Well, I think that's something make Icon T very interesting. Definitely I want to keep that as we progress through the beta and we go for an open beta. I want to see what new players, especially newbies, will be feeling about this feature. I think, however, it's a very fascinating one, and I think it's very unique. I don't see any other similar game having this, and I'm all up for for unique features, and I definitely will be up for it as well, not just at least try it out. Yeah. But thanks for the question. It's cool to talk about friendly fire, and glad you like the reward system. Yeah, for you, I know that you have been playing the game a lot, so I think that feels it's gonna be suited for you as well. Kind of climb the rankings and play a lot of the game and unlock some pretty cool stuff. I can say that they're gonna range from chests, the chests that you saw, the platinum chests, but might be some better chests. No spoilers here. Up to certain cosmetic items and other assets and currency. So I think it's gonna range into 3 categories. Yes, Aravind here. First time chatting. Happy to have you here. Yeah, friendly fire. Yeah, I know. First time, honestly, story time when we were kind of just starting developing the game, we just implement out. We kind of accidentally kept it up, the friendly fire mode, and we start like killing it ourselves a lot. We decided, however, we decided like this is pretty fun actually. Like we are trying discussing taking it out completely, like out programming it out from the game, but we like it. I think it gave very different vibe to the game, and makes you consider to use your abilities carefully, much more carefully than in any other game. So it stays for now. Definitely however real sense in the future, but I think I can say not a priority turning it off. We are very happy how the gameplay is looking like how the game feels. Obviously there will be balance patches, so some icons are OP, some icons are less strong, and I think Jinxki, Aravin, Transpires, you can also point out Fuego too, which icons you feel are OP and others that you don't think are too strong. We're gonna have some balancing patches soon as well that will be changing the balance curve. Like personally, I think Burb is quite weak. I think Burble is still very squishy considering his melee attack range, and that his ability is not doing what we want. At the same time, I think Selena is extremely strong. She can literally decide games in turn 1. I think Florence Hill still can be turned off a little bit. I think Peter might be a little too weak considering how the ability works, and so on. So there's some interesting balancing patches that we're gonna be making, but regarding the gameplay, I think we are happy how it looks like, and eventually we're gonna have of course the gameplay cards as well. That's gonna shake up the game completely. So I cannot wait to have that one. And yeah, that's it here. I'm gonna jump here to the next part of the roundtable, which is new icons. I think everyone was curious to see what we would have here. Let me change my screen a little bit again. So I know that I announced last time the Empress of Theia. This one, right? Share the tab. Wait. Let me. I'm just trying to set. I wanna set up this better so I don't need to completely sacrifice my screen. Let's see what I can do here. 1 second. Cause I wanna definitely go through you all with this. Okay, I'm gonna do them individually. I think that's gonna be the best way, and that way I can actually just I can just follow up. Perfect. Because I really wanna talk this one in detail with you. So new icons. So last time I know that I announced the Empress, and fun fact, I never announced her publicly still. If you see there is no Empress on Twitter, no Empress on Discord. She's nowhere still, because I'm gonna announce her and this new icon together at a later point when they are closer to be released in the game. But for the roundtable, let's say it's our little secret here. So Empress is icons 15, as you know, and this one is icon 16. And 1 second, let me get the full screen properly. And here is icon number 16, and I'm gonna try to zoom this one up. I don't know if I can. You can see the new icon here. I think it's quite obvious if the Empress of Theia is being released. So the next one is the Shah of Vijaya. His name is Shah Kartikeya, and he's the emperor and rule of the new Vijayan Empire. And it's gonna be the 16th playable icon in Icons of Theia. It's still to be announced, to be determined when he's gonna be released alongside the Empress. We're planning to release both at the same time. Kind of I think their stories, their backgrounds, and their immense rivalry and hatred complement each other well. So icon 16, Shah Kartikeya from Vijaya. And to jump right away, I have something even cooler to show here. Let me go back here and jump right away into how all of them are going to be looking in the game. So here we have the Empress. So here is how actually the Empress is looking in the game. You can see here her in-game layout, so you can see how she's gonna be appear in the game. So looking pretty amazing. I cannot wait to share more about the Empress and of course the Shah as well. So that's the Empress in the game. And to finish up here, that's the Shah in the game. So you can see the majesty for both of them. So cannot wait to see. And I accidentally opened another tab here. Yeah. So cannot wait to see both of them in the game. Like Empress Li Yuan is her name, and Shah Kartikeya, the rulers of the two biggest factions in Aurora, in Theia, like Digyo and Vijaya respectively. So they are absolutely major characters in the story. So it makes sense they are gonna be specially released at a later point. No idea when exactly. It's probably gonna take some months. Probably gonna take closer to the it's gonna be closer to the game's release. But they're gonna be pretty cool. We have some pretty cool concepts of how they're gonna be looking in the game. Uh, Cannot wait to share more about you. But in the meantime, you can know at least know that they're gonna be coming soon. At least you can know how they're gonna be looking in the game. I was not to chat with Will here and play the game, but I think Will, I sabotaged Will's here, and he's probably sleeping, by changing the time of the round table from tomorrow to today. So it's only me today, so I'm not gonna be playing the game. But we can probably start wrapping this one up. Any questions? Feel free to ask. I know that a lot of you have been playing the game a lot, and I appreciate the feedback. For the ones who are still did not feel, and I know a lot of you play the game quite a lot, and I really like to have the feedback here. Here, this one is for you, the form. Feel free if you haven't done so already, fill up the form and let us know what you think about the game. At the same time, we already gonna Monster's here, nice. Long time no see you, Monster. Hope you're doing well. I didn't even play the game much, right? Monster, glad to see you here. But we can have a bunch of new updates, and also I can announce that we're gonna have as I mentioned the new update's gonna be around before end of the month, let's say. And we're gonna be inviting a new group of players. So if you have any friends, any family members that want to play the game, tell them to sign up on the website, because everyone who signs up on the website this month, I'm guaranteeing inviting them to the beta. That means if you have anyone to try to play the game with, tell them to sign up on the website, and they're gonna have a spot guarantee end of the month. After that, who knows? We can have a lot of stuff to work on, but eventually, we want to open the game to the public audience and have them the chance to play the game as well. For the what we're calling now the soft launch, which will be the official Southeast Asian, especially Philippines release. But of course, current existing players from all over the world will have the chance to play as well, not only the Southeast Asian ones. Just the game's gonna be advertised only in Southeast Asia. Still more information to come for it, but it's looking it's gonna be a little later than we thought. There's a bunch of stuff that we want to make sure is working correctly before we can actually make the game a little more public. But rest assured that we're working super hard on that. I think the team has been doing an exceptional job, working super fast, making good games not easy, and I think everyone here can say the game got so much better than at the start, compared to the first Golden Beta in November, for example. It's a massive difference. I think the game looks very solid, not many big bugs as well, breaking the game, unlike last time. I think the game is fun. I think it's now a matter of just getting this everything we need in place, these reward systems, this new quest progression, to give you the thrill to keep going, log in daily and play the game. I think I know that a lot of you play the game daily still, which is for me is amazing. But I think for the majority of players, it's cool to have something to play for. Chess, rewards, ranked progression. The thrill of your icons leveling up, on the new constellation system. Other systems that we're gonna have in place, and they're pretty cool actually. That you can progress your icons to new limits that you don't know about. I think that's gonna be like something pretty cool, and it's gonna encourage like all sort of players to keep playing Icons of Theia every day. So I cannot wait to tell more about those. Before we close up today's roundtable, anything else? Any final questions before I? Yeah, please. Another question here. Be my guest. And I'm gonna drink something. It's so hot here. Like it's getting like over 30 degrees Celsius every day here, and for May in Korea, that's ridiculous. But yeah, feel free to ask this final question. I see I have some messages here. But yeah, anyone else please write also your questions, and can take those. And I still probably need to find a better time for. Where's Will? I sabotaged Will accidentally. So normally it's on Thursday the roundtable, but I want to test out on Wednesday. The problem is that I forgot to send an invitation, a proper a meetup invitation, and I think I forgot to tell Will. So I think I said to Joseph to transpire zone. I forgot to tell him. So that's completely on me that Will's not here. Will's probably sleeping still. So that's why I didn't even care to because it was completely my bad. So Will took some time off in the round table. Next one's gonna be here because I'm gonna make sure to let him know the right time. I think that's important, right? Yes, excellent question actually. There will be. So we'll lose more points if we win. Of course, we will more points. So we're gonna have deduction addition when. Yeah, so we're gonna in this new ranked system there's gonna be a bonus that you gain bonus points if you are on a win streak. So if you win several games in a row, you're gonna get kind of a bonus points to give you even more points, to reward players who have been on a win streak. That's also gonna be coming out with the new ranked feature. So yes, we want to incentivize players to keep trying for the best, and if you get several wins in a row, you definitely should be rewarded for it. Yeah. Any other questions before wrapping up? It's so hot. I still have this allergy here. I hate it. So imagine the tip of my nose keeps itching all the time. It's so uncomfortable. You cannot imagine how. I have this big allergy to dust. Is amazing. The definition of free icons pretty much there's not gonna be a difference in the sense all players are gonna get icons 4 icons to play the game, and that's it. But and players are gonna be able to acquire you're gonna be able to grind the game a lot to kind of unlock all the icons for free. Of course, you can pay on the store. Essentially, there won't be any difference between them. It's more we're gonna be giving players the option to start the game with some icons, otherwise you would be unable to play the game. But also we wanna make sure that the game is fair. One of our pillars is that we are very against a super massive pay to win, and make free icons considerably weaker to strong icons is gonna be kind of bad thing, I would say. However, there's something especially in the utility part, and that goes back to the minted icons, to the ones who purchase icons during the Genesis sale. The icons that you have they're called Genesis icons, and the thing we want to do, and I think I had planned actually, is that players who have Genesis icons in the game, they obviously gonna have the little kind of cosmetic, but they're gonna have other utilities such as earning XP faster, for example. So let's say if you have a Genesis icon, you get plus, let's say, X XP more than a normal icon, and you can level up faster. So instead of giving stats that makes the game very pay to win, it's more you give some utility and kind of some enhancement, like leveling up, acceleration to the ones in the Genesis Theias. But that, however, will only count the ones that like have been like purchased last year. For all new icons on the store, there will be like essentially no difference. Like, so if you acquire with the free currency, with the Theon silver that you acquire through the opening the chest, or the premium currency, the charts, they're gonna be exactly the same. There will be, however, a different system, a different way to get icons, which I definitely not ready to review yet. That can add some extra differentiations, which I'm also not ready to review yet. But rest assured that yeah, we are know very well like how things look like, and we want to make sure the ones who acquired the icons last year we able to at least like see like the uniqueness aspects of their icons. Yes, the skins are gonna be full utility. Purely cosmetic. That always has been the plan. Skins, they don't. It's just like make your icon look different in the game. Literally that, and it's for collection purpose for that. It's kind of like to. I think like the Trailblazer Tomo like is the best example. Like that's gonna be like still Tomo but feeling like a different icon. So like a different appearance in the game, different animation, different colors, and even like different voice lines. So unique like the Tomo voice lines to fully like make it very unique. Meanwhile, like the uncommon skins, like the simplest ones, they're literally just like a different color in the game. Like the same icon but a different color. But merely they are purely cosmetic. That always has been like our pillar that I really don't like skins that like literally pay to win skins. That like give better stats or something else. They are just cosmetic assets and collectible assets that you can like let's say make your team look different. Let's say, and that's our goal here. Yep. Thanks everyone for the questions. I'm gonna wrap this one up. Thanks a lot everyone for joining today's roundtable. Glad you liked like the new features that come into the game. Plus also of course like the this kind of like more on deep like overlook of both the Shah and the Empress. Stay tuned for all new announcements. I'm gonna be like having the next patch as I mentioned before end of the month, and we're gonna be inviting a new wave of players. So please be kind to the newbies. Don't go smash newbies too hard because they're just gonna quit the game. I don't want them to quit the game. Uh, be nice to them. That's what I can tell you. Yeah, Monster. One final question, please. And I probably need to clean my tab because I had to keep my window open because it's so hot here and it's so dusty. You need to click on the ability, on Sargev's ability, and untarget on them. So yeah, it's different, right? I think you didn't play the game with the new ability system. So you pick Sargavel and there's ability icon there, and you need to drag on Sargavel, and then toggle on Sargavel. That's how you use the skill. Yeah, I think like you didn't play in some time, right? So I think the game looks very different like than the last patch. No. Just like just need to drag the ability like the circle there, put on Sargavel and press it, and then I think you need to toggle on the ability. Let me actually confirm myself. Actually, I don't play much Sargavel. Yeah, it's being very different, right? I hope you're enjoying here. Wait, I'm jumping on a game right now. Here, let's see. 34. Yeah, here has been like around 30 as well. Like it's very hot. Like for me, like especially May, like for May weather, it is way too hot. Like I'm very afraid of how. Yeah, I'm trying to like let me see. Let me confirm how Sargavel works. Okay. I'm gonna actually select Sargavel. As you can see here, I have the new version. It doesn't show. I need to if I block here. Yeah, I have pretty much the new version here already. Let me toggle on Sargavel here. 1 second. Exactly right. Sorry, I don't play much Sargavel. That's incredible actually. Okay, Sargavel, yes. Yeah, the ability is on cooldown. Yeah, I need to drag the eye there and toggle it on. Exactly. Yeah, thank you. Mystery is solved here. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna quit this game and I think it's gonna cost me some actually. And I play on the which version I play? On Alpha. Okay, Alpha's fine. I have like another version. Okay, yeah, thanks. Pretty much like that. But I hope you had some fun. The game looks pretty different. And stay tuned, like months and in 2 weeks, like Lesson 3 is gonna have the new update, so you're able to open your chest, and I think the experience is gonna be pretty cool. But yeah, I think that's it for you today. Thanks everyone for joining. Um, Stay tuned for all the news. Follow us on the socials. Gonna be like a lot of social content dropping on. I'm not planning to announce everything like the kind of like the new icons publicly yet, but we are working on them, so pretty excited for those. Thanks everyone. Take care and bye bye.